good. Convoys. Trying to help the American convoys escaping. Oh, we lost some ships against the Germans. They've got battleships. No! And I just removed 2 of my carrier groups from my home waters. Damn you, Germany! Seven ships are in for repairs right now, including basically all of the capital ships. Yep, this is not good. This is like the German High Seas fleet. Where the hell have you come from? I could have sworn I sunk you years ago. You lot need to return to duty now. How do I do that? There's a cancel repair. What? Why were you... I'm confused. There we go. Now my High Seas fleet is joining the fun. That's more bloody like it. I don't know what they were doing there. Yeah, see, now we're crushing their heavies. That was better. See what happens when you work together? See what happens? We lost 7 destroyers and 2 heavy cruisers. They lost 2 submarines, 2 battleships, 2 battle cruisers, and 4 destroyers, including their pride of the fleet, the Hrothsbay and the Hipper. Both of them are 36 cruisers. Better! Much better! You may now go and repair. Five American convoys. 1 American convoy. 1 British sub. Yeah. This is how I kind of expected naval warfare to happen. There's a lot of backwards and forwards. Alright. You and you merge. Because there's just not enough of you otherwise. And let's just assign you the recon fleet just to make sure it exists. You're still patrolling. You're still patrolling. Strike and strike. Okay. Alright, so those strike fleets. How many destroyers do you have? 5. You at least have 20, so your screen is good. That's destroyers. Early. So their destroyer fleet is still early. It's the later ships that seem to be more advanced. Yeah, the light cruisers are much more advanced. And the counter to light cruisers are heavy cruisers and battle cruisers. How's your naval capacity? 68 dockyards. How's mine? 58. So they have 10 more than us. We need more dockyards. Clearly. We need more ships being built. Borneo's shipyards are almost... Well, dockyards are almost... Borneo's naval port is almost done, then we just need to do Guyana and Scottish Highlands. In fact, the Scottish Highlands can wait until we actually build up the Scottish Highlands. Let's do that. Hell, even Northern Borneo could wait a bit. There goes Greece. 87 legitimacy. They fought hard. Actually, Greece may have fought the hardest of any of the nations so far. Oh, but we did get wiped out in Sicily. Did those guys escape?
Commands!
Or do I have a bunch of dead South Africans now?
Ready, sir! Yes, sir!
No, those are the Russians. Yeah, I think they died.
Ready!
Afraid so.
All in!
Alright, so my Africa Corps was wiped out entirely. Sorry, South Africa. You're building new divisions pretty quickly. So if I need to bring you to arms, then I can do so. Oh, that's better. 2 subs, a light cruiser, and 5 destroyers. Now my strike force is actually moving as one unit. Maybe because they're actually using Singapore as a repair hub. Greek exile leader offers service. Markos Mukos. Good. First exile we've had for a while. Markos Muskos. There he is. No, he's... Oh, actually, he's very good at planning stuff. Not very good at anything else. The very definition of an armchair general. Need some more naval bombers, maybe. Maybe. Except we don't know. We have almost no air bases out here. Our Dutch East Indies ships in there too. They should be, though I've seen a lot more from the Australians and the New Zealanders than I've seen of the Dutch. Oh, and Joshua sending in the bits. I'm sorry I missed that. Thank you very much. And I like bacon. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Sorry I missed that. I've been a little bit focused. In fact, the last time I checked the time, it was like 2 hours ago. Whoops. 1 destroyer for 1 destroyer. How large is the Japanese fleet? Because remember, they did start outnumbering us, and I am far closer to their home waters than they are to mine. 287 ships compared to my 218, so we are actually closing the gap. Well, between us and America. How many's America got? 291. So yeah, they're basically up against it, 2 against 1. Door34, thank you very much for the follow. Nice rhyming there too. Abda, Australian, British, Dutch, American. That was the name of the fleet command on the Allied side of the Java Sea. Aha. Yeah, kind of weirdly, we're taught almost nothing here in the UK about British efforts in Southeast Asia. I'm sure they were pretty hefty, and Anzac as well. Like, we learn almost nothing about what the Australians did. Everything is very Euro-focused, that theatre. But I've been losing to the special Japanese torpedo cruisers. Maybe. I mean, if they're the ones able to get through my screens, it's possible. Right, how's the Soviets doing? I mean, I have to say, my efforts to keep the Soviets in the war, I think, have been going magnificently. Theodoros Malenkis, who is a 2413, very defensive. Skilled staffer, so really defensive with big armies. He's a great garrison commander. And actually, that's a point. I'm gonna go through my commanders and see if there's anyone that could be replaced. Now, Dempsey I know is good. So leaving Dempsey here in the Soviet Union I think is fine. Cold Rage being led by Jacobus I'm pretty sure is fine too, because Jacobus is very good at exile infantry forces, like superb. Then we've got Falk, who is going to be commanding the armor divisions, but these aren't really armor. So I think your armor divisions are going to be given over to Klaus when Klaus gets over there. Klaus having the cavalry commander and combined arms expert for that motorized attack and defense, versus Haxthausen, who is a lot better at attacking, also has combined arms. Oh, you have Panzer. Armor speed and division attack. Klaus, what's your defensive skill? 1. Yeah, okay, Klaus is not suited for this. Richie might be better. Although he's wounded. Maybe O'Connor. We have a lot of armor officers who just get more experience with armor faster, but none that are actually good with tanks from the start. Piotrowski has cavalry leader, infantry officer, and exiled leader. We're going to be dealing with a fair number of exiles, though actually only 5 of them are exiles. Right, Montagnac. Motorized and mechanized. He has attack of 4. Some of these icons are getting a little mixed up. It's too bad that Klaus's defensive skills suck so hard. (4-2-1-3) is quite a lot better. Yeah, sorry, but Montagnac's going to take command of this. Okay. Oh, I'm still checking the others.
Listen up.
These are 4 tanks which are going to be joining you.
All in.
Then we've got Monty, who's in charge of the mechanized forces. I mean,
Orders.
Alan Brooke would be the other option. Brooke with his max entrenchment modifier and his cautious abilities. Although he's not as defensive as Auchinleck. Monty does have logistics, which in Russia could be useful. Although, actually, Southeast Asia is where the logistics are going to be the biggest problem.
Attention.
So maybe Auchinleck should be my Russian commander.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Auchinleck should definitely be the Russian commander. 6 logistics, 6 defense. Unyielding defender and defensive doctrine. Cool. Then Montgomery is going to be my my Southeast Asia general.
Ready.
And these guys are actually going to go and join the Russia front. So
Attention.
Brooke is currently unused. Brooke is relatively defensive.
All in. Yes, sir.
We'll leave Brooke in charge of the Imperial defenses for now. Why can't I get to Gaul, or is he the leader of Free France? He's the leader of Free France. See. Although you're not wrong, he should still be available as a exile leader. What are the Axis casualties? Germany now has lost 2.1 million, 5.77 against 6.3, so we are losing more quickly than they are. Mostly the Soviets. Although that's because the Germans are pushing this pretty hard. Once they're at my defensive line, I think we'll do a lot better than we are right now. Because we've held this northern section since they got here. Right, we were looking at generals. So I'm pretty happy with all of those generals. Down here. So we've got the island defender, William Gott. Gott's a defense 4, logistics 4. Which seems to be a very good combination, actually. 5-4-4-5. Harold Alexander might actually be better. Yeah, let's bring Alexander in for you. Then we've got the Australian defense, which is Horrocks. I think Richie, once he's back, might be better. Cunningham certainly isn't. Or Gott. You know what? Gott can be in charge of that. And then my Malaysia force. Right, I should actually name these so I know what they're doing. So you're my Australasia. Well, no, you're Oz, New Zealand. Because we also have the islands, which is this guy.
Ready, sir.
Those which are going to merge. We've got Gibraltar, we've got Malta. And Pownall could upgrade. Guerrilla fighter, not really worth it. Right, do we have any other promotions? You could get organisation first or charismatic. I don't think you really need it. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Brooke has one. Same options again. Huge fan of those. No other promotions. No generals there. Okay. Anzac defense. Australia, New Zealand, Africa, Canada. The thing is, Africa and Canada aren't involved in that, so it would be the ANZ. I mean, you could call it the ANZ. That's true.
Ready.
OSNZ. Alright, ANZ. We'll call it the ANZ. Australia and New Zealand command. How's the resistance going in Poland and France? Not a lot's happening. They're doing gentle occupation. Only getting a -40. Yeah, they have loads of resistance modifiers, reductions. Not really having much of an impact, though hopefully it's forcing them to leave some troops behind. The fall of Pearl Harbor. Japanese forces have stormed and taken Honolulu, the largest city on the Hawaiian island of Oahu. Naval base of Pearl Harbor, former headquarters of the US Pacific Fleet, has also fallen. That's not good. Although that is the only island of the chain that they've actually taken. Well, it's forced this 70-strong fleet out of port. We lost 2 destroyers and a submarine. They lost 2 light cruisers, both of which are 36 hulls, and a bunch of destroyers, all of which are early. So we're definitely taking our toll, but man, that engagement where they killed a carrier and a bunch of battleships wasn't good. Yeah, it is the one with the port, that's true. Destroyer sub-detection, destroyer org, light cruiser org, escort efficiency. Definitely. My submarine fleets are also being hammered. Could really do with adding a couple more. Unfortunately, I don't have the tech for better subs. Maybe something I should invest in. I'm actually struggling a little bit in terms of technology, probably because I haven't been spending very much Navy experience. Convoy. 5 submarines sunk. 1 submarine sunk. The Americans just moving ships through, but they also have 123 ship fleet here. I think we're fine. Also, oh, you're in Malta. I was like, why are you over here? I'm sure there is nothing there. They lost a submarine. Oh! Oh no, that's just my strike force fighting them. Also, why have you not gone for repairs? 2 light cruisers, 5 destroyers, 2 convoys. Another submarine gone. Yeah, my screen is only 55% effectiveness. I'm trying to work out exactly how the ratio for the screening ships versus heavies works. Because it doesn't actually say, it just says can effectively screen for up to 5 ships with 34. So that is what, 1 to 7? Ish. Okay, so 1 capital requires 7 lights. Although the ratios can get better if you have better positioning. Which apparently Charles Forbes doesn't. Or at least not compared to trying to hunt down submarines. Right. So let's go and have a look at our templates. Because it's been a while. So the Home Command template currently calls for 6 battleships, 3 cruisers. So that's 8. So that's going to be 56. That's a lot of destroyers. 56 destroyers. Yeah, we need a hell of a lot more destroyers in these fleets. So let's say we go up to 30 on the Home Command fleet. We'll go down to 5 battleships because they're dying. Oh, and also you had a heavy cruiser, which I do have. Alright, so that's the Home Command fleet. Then we've also got the Mediterranean Command Fleet, or the Mediterranean Carrier Fleet, which is this one, and this one should be like the standard template. Although you've lost all of your battleships. And you're down on heavy cruisers. I don't plan to build any more heavy cruisers. I think I'm going to try and get you up to... No, we'll stay with 20. The Mediterranean Fleet I don't think needs as many destroyers as a Pacific Fleet. So we need to build some more battleships, is what that's telling me. And then you are just a regular carrier fleet. Oh no, battlecruiser's that sign, isn't it? You're down to 1 heavy cruiser. You need more light cruisers. And we're going to bring you up to like 30, so it's going to be 1, 7, 21. 36? 43? My math is terrible. You know that sea zone there is really bad for engagements with big to small fleets, right? I'm sure it is. Most of my fleets have been quite small. It's their fleet that's coming in with a really big one. Which is probably part of the reason we got stomped, because they just had more. I think they came in with like 5 carriers or something crazy. Right, so I think that we need more like 40... No, we're going to stick with 30 destroyers for the carrier fleet. And this is going to be the Pacific carrier fleets now. So, yeah. That. We are still building destroyers. We're also getting some light cruisers getting built. Though those are mostly for the recon fleets. I think after that we're going to have to go back to destroyer production. And we're probably also going to need a battle cruiser or a battleship. Probably battleships. Hungary claims overlordship of Slovakia. And Germany says no. Four more transports, 3 more subs killed. So we're still doing very well against the Germans. I'm still not hugely concerned about that, but the Japanese... 1 light cruiser, 2 destroyers. That's a better result. Doesn't look like their main fleet's here, though, and the assaults on the island seem to have ceased. Now that we've got ourselves more properly entrenched. Except over here, apparently. We'll knock them off. Another ace. Alright, so we've got the international shipping routes, which is going to mean my cruisers are built faster. Britannia rules the waves, means I get more naval doctrines. Carrier focus versus battleship focus. East Anglia gets more shipyard. So, and that's the expanding the ship. Yeah, we want this. In the long shadow of the Royal Navy, other naval powers are forced to come up with innovative new doctrines to compensate. We must not grow complacent and rely solely on the quantity and quality of individual ships. Wow, you're still alive. Okay. Unfortunately, Palembang is pretty well entrenched at this point. Wondering if we can make a run for Batavia. Probably not, but hey, we can try.
Listen up.
One exiled division from Greece has arrived in London.
Ready.
With no equipment. It's going to require training. That's fine. That can certainly be arranged. Speaking of training, how are we doing here? We're almost ready with the motorized, which we can then add to our line here. Before they're even at the river. Glorious. Meanwhile, the war at this river continues to rage, although it looks like the Soviets are trying to push across, which is not the best idea. Just hold on to that river, attack somewhere else. Have I brought bombers into Asia? No, same problem, no air bases. I know I can build more, but right now I need to get my dockyards up and running. So what areas I do have, right, so Borneo is being bombed. I will add some more. Yeah, superiority stuff over here.